Alright, kind of show you what all we've done. Everything's still a mess inside, but we're getting pretty close now. Getting everything ready. And you come in, it's completely different now. That's the kitchen. Everything's pretty well in the same spot as it was. Just move the refrigerator to that side. All this wall came out. We took out 21 feet of load-bearing wall right here. Had to put two laminated beams in the ceiling. Me and Wendy done that. There's where the stove and everything is. Stove's in the same place it was originally. Got a vent going outside. These posts will still be here, but I'll wrap those and trim when we finally figure out what kind of handrail she wants to do. I think she's wanting to do some kind of wrought iron railing or something like that right there. Put sheetrock up around the walls. All the pine paneling is still up where it was the whole way through the house. We just covered it up with the sheetrock. It's 1/4 inch sheetrock. The chair rail all the way around. Stripped all the finish off of the boards. Probably just gonna leave those natural. Jack came and redone all the floors. You'll be able to see them a little better when we get back towards the bedrooms. They're not covered, but he did a fantastic job on those. Took all the trim off around this window, just finished it with sheetrock. Got all the stuff stored in here where Jack was doing the floors. Fireplace, all the bricks still there. That's just over the top of it, kind of framed up around it. She wanted to keep, you had the lights up here, she wanted to keep those. So got switches for them, got a place in case somebody wants to hang a TV up here. We did the rock, just a veneer rock stuck on. She's got a fireplace grate over here I still got to put on. In the hallway, I moved this wall back probably about 3 inches. Actually, you can kind of see the patch right there. That's the patch. That's the wall was out to about right there. Moved it back and extended it on out. The ceiling, that's the original ceiling. It's slick now. Just finished over it. This thing will focus. There it is. Probably got 40 hours just on the ceiling, trying to get it slicked up. Just putting coats and coats and coats of mud on it and sand and everything. This ceiling in here in the kitchen had 3 layers of sheetrock on it. This one had 2 layers. They both had a layer of half inch, and then in there, no, excuse me, in the living room had half inch, 5/8. In the kitchen had half inch. So when I tore 1 layer of sheetrock off of the kitchen, opened all this up, they still wouldn't meet. There was a difference in them. So I had to feather it out between the 2 ceilings to try to hide it. And it turned out really good, but it took forever to get that. Some places 1/8 inch, some places 1/4 inch difference between the 2, between settling and everything. But it came out pretty good. Here's the floors. They all look like this. Jack Chambers did an absolute fantastic job on the floors. Bedroom's pretty well the same. I didn't do anything to the ceilings, just painted. All the trim's the same, just painted the trim. Bathroom door is gone now. Closed that up. And where this little closet was is now a half bath. It is tiny, but it's gonna work out pretty good. Did tile in there. Moved this door over 1.5 inches to give me, you have to have minimum 30 inches side to side in the bathroom at the toilet. So I had to push my wall out, and then to do that, I had to push this out 1.5 inches. Here's the floors in this room. All the trim and everything's the same in here. Ceiling's the same. And then that's where the laundry was. Boarded that up. Turned out pretty good. Moved the laundry back down to the basement. And this will be the master. It turned out really good. Turned the bathroom into this. It's the master now, master bath. Put down all this floor in here, all this tile is heated now. It'll have a thermostat on the wall to control the heat. Added in the toilet. Still gotta hang the light and everything in here. Still gotta put a shower door up, but that's where the laundry was in the other room. Opened it up from this side. It's got a little bench. You can sit down. But it turned out really good. First tile job I've ever done. Took me forever to build the shower stall, to get it watertight, and then to start laying the tile. Got a little shelf right here. Put shampoo and stuff in. Plumbers have got to come and shorten up the pipes for the shower head. That's why it's kind of leaning like it is. I just got it stuck up there temporary. That's about it upstairs, I think, what we've done. Go downstairs and see. To take out all this load bearing wall, I had to have, only had to have one post at 11 foot, but it would have put it right in the center of the stairs. It just wouldn't look right, so I did two, one on each corner. Well, to do that, I had to have something in the basement to support these, so I had to go directly down, put a post under it. We didn't know how thick the slab was, so the town made me cut where the posts were going to go. Had to cut big squares out and go 12 inches deep and pour concrete to have a good footer on them. I'll show you that in just a second. When we took out this load bearing wall, I had to build temporary walls. I had to build one all the way down through here, one all the way down through here, and then the exact same thing in the basement to support it all the way up. In the attic, before I could cut this out, I had to go in and put studs at each truss. So in the attic, there's a row of trusses here, a row of studs in the trusses here, and a row over here, directly under my temporary walls is where that was. So it was from the concrete in the basement floor all the way to the roof was in line. And then I could cut all this out, all this load bearing wall, and then cut the joist and everything. When I had to cut the basement, the concrete up for this, I had to move, the stairwell was in the way, so I had to take it out. When I did that, the town came and done an inspection and asked me if I had replaced the steps. And I told them I had, but I put them back the exact same size. Well, it didn't matter. Since I'd messed with them, the stairwell had to come up to code. And I didn't have enough ceiling height, or headroom height, right here. So what to do is maybe I had to notch this to give me enough height on this last step down here. There's one of my, you can kind of see where I had to cut. Had to cut all that out. Build me a footer there. There's one there. One in the back. And then, but this is a basement now. It is huge down here. That's the heating and air unit for down here. This is going to be the theater room. Connor wired it up for me. He's got it wired right there to where we can put a projection screen, projection TV, like a movie projector, and it'll be on that wall. And we've already got it wired for surround sound. There's 3 wires in the wall there, 2 back here. This thing's having a hard time focusing all this white. Everything's primed except the ceiling. The ceiling's painted. But it's going to be huge down here. Here's first bedroom. To make it a bedroom, I had to put bigger windows. They had to be egress to where if something happens, you could get out. You have to have a door or a window big enough to get out, leading directly to the outside, where it won't pass for a bedroom. And build a closet underneath the stairs. Pretty good size little closet. To put the windows in, I had to cut the block out. Had to cut, I don't know, probably 8-10 inches or so out of the bottom to get the window to go in. And water heater's going to be in the same place as it was. Just build a little room for it. There's all the plumbing. All the plumbing in the house has been redone. All the electrical that ran through the basement has been redone. I took out, there was one post, jack post right there. I took it out and just put this one 6x6 in. That's the end of the load bearing wall that we took out. That's where it's at, is right above that. I just put a 6x6 in so I could take that other steel post out. All the other posts are hidden in the walls. They're still there. I just lined everything up with the walls, designed it around those. Here's another bedroom. Another one of those windows we had to put in. Those are crank out windows. Closet. And the plumbers did a fantastic job hiding all the plumbing. The only drop downs we have in the ceiling are in the laundry room. And here's the downstairs bathroom. There'll be a double vanity right here. Toilet. Shower. Everything's still covered in plastic. I just got through priming and painting last night. Or priming and texturing the walls. That'll be it's a tub shower. There's one of the bulkheads. All the plumbing comes down in the bulkheads and it goes down in this wall. The plumber, I was telling him what all I wanted to do upstairs and down here. And he said, if you give me a 2x6 wall right here, he said, I'll get all your plumbing coming down inside the wall. You'll not see any of it. And they did a great job on that. And then here's where the bulkhead comes down for all the plumbing upstairs and goes into that wall. The laundry will be right here. And that's kind of where we're at right now. Put plastic in the crawl space. There's plastic down in here now. Sealed it off. This thing's having a hard time focusing. But that's kind of where we're at right now. I don't know if this thing will pick up any of the texture that we've done on the walls. Everything's white, it's having trouble focusing, but there's a real light texture on the walls and the ceiling, just in the basement. But that's where we're at. Anytime you guys want to stop by and look, just come on by.